Your technique, all wrong. But today, your lucky day. This man, undefeated. 17 districts, nobody come close. Best player, step out.
Speed usually shows. You can spot a rushed AI film in 10 seconds. Drifting faces, rebuilt streets, a style that changes its mind every scene. I run content at volume for a living, which means I cannot afford any of that, not once, not on a schedule. So I made the test I actually needed. A martial arts comedy short, deadpan and wide, cartoon physics loose in real streets, built at full speed, and it does not look like it was. Here is how to make an AI film fast without it looking rushed. Speed usually breaks a film on the same 4 walls, and at volume, they break faster because nothing slows down to let you notice. No memory, so every shot starts from 0 and the faces and the streets drift a little more each time. No shared language, so a director's note becomes a technical string I have to write from scratch, every single shot. And one cue, one thing generating while everything else waits, which is the opposite of what volume needs. Diagnose those 4 and speed stops, meaning sloppy. InVideo agent is the structure. The film is one project. Context is the memory. Every take generates against the locks and is checked before review. And the work runs in parallel lanes. That is the whole difference between fast and rushed in one sentence. It started with the script, locked tight before the clock even started. Because at volume, a locked page is throughput and an open question is the slowest thing in any pipeline. Do you need a finished script to begin? No. Bring a script, a draft, or nothing but the shape of the thing, and upload whatever holds the anatomy of the film, the treatment, the character notes, the Bible, all of it saved into the production Bible in context. And the agent asked its own questions early. Exactly once. Because re-asking them per shot is the tax that kills a fast schedule before it starts. References loaded next. Once. In layers. How do you use a reference at speed without it becoming a copy? InVideo agent reads each one for a single quality in isolation. The light, the blocking, the mood. So borrowing never turns into tracing, even on a tight clock. I took the symmetry from one frame and the practical lighting from another in minutes, not a full afternoon of manual comparison. A lookbook, assembled at speed, not a slow one done carefully and a fast one done carelessly. And here is the beat almost nobody talks about at speed, the don'ts. Every project needs its negative rules written down as clearly as the positive ones. Stylized must stay stylized. The frame must not drift toward photoreal. The physics stay cartoon in the comic beats. Rules that fast work needs even more than slow work does, because there is no time left over to catch a drift by eye. Mine caught a shot that had gone accidentally photoreal. A comedy beat rendered a shade too real for the grammar, flagged against the negative rule before it ever reached my review. That catch is worth more at volume than at any other pace, because I do not have the hours to spot it myself on shot 40 of 40. Casting is where speed usually collapses first, because normally more shots means redescribing a face more times. Not here. The character sheets locked once, and the project attached them to every generation without me, so the reattaching job that scales with shot count simply stopped existing. 40 shots, 3 leads, and I never once had to remind the system what anyone looked like. The world locked the same way the cast did. Real streets, a market lane, a courtyard, generated in variations and locked before any video existed. At volume, you cannot afford a location that drifts, because nobody has time to catch it on shot 30. Then the storyboards. And at speed, this is the step people skip first. Wrongly, because boards are the cheapest stage there is, and skipping them is where a fast schedule turns into a rushed one. InVideo agent turned the script into boards and a shot list on its own. On the story's natural beats. The boards told me exactly where a fast pass would lose control, the crowd choreography, the wire fu landings, the shots worth a second look before generating. Approving a board costs nothing next to reshooting a take on a deadline. The actual speed comes from here. Specialist invideo agent sessions running in parallel lanes. Not one queue, each one staffed like its own department, all of them checking against the same context, so nothing drifts between lanes while they run. How much control do you keep at that speed? All of it, wherever you want it. Always allow. Where the agent generates directly, ask before generating videos, and always ask before generating. I held the wire fu and the crowd scenes on always ask, and let the coverage shots run on always allow, throughput exactly where I wanted it and nowhere else. Do you need to learn prompting to move at this speed? No. I called shots in film language, hold the wide, cut on the impact, and InVideo Agent wrote the technical instruction underneath, attached the sheets, and picked the model itself. My craft transferred at full speed. Nothing slowed down to translate it. Production is where volume either holds or breaks. And this is the exact catch that proves it holds. A shot rendered a shade too photoreal for a comedy beat, caught against the negative rule and flagged before it ever reached me. On schedule. Without me watching for it myself. That is the entire point of writing the don'ts down. At one shot a week, you catch drift by eye. At volume, you cannot, so the rule has to catch it for you. For post-production, I took everything into my editing tool and cut it the way I always do, on the same schedule as everything else on my slate this week. So the volume operator's verdict on how to make an AI film fast without it looking rushed, one sentence worth keeping. Speed only stays clean when the script, the references, the cast, and the world are locked into context once, and every take is generated against those locks and checked before it reaches you. Fast and rushed were never the same word. Only one of them has rules. If you are deciding what to ship your next fast AI film in, my answer is Shaolin TT itself, made at real speed in InVideo Agent at invideo.io. Write the rules down once and go fast for real. And now, here is the film, made at speed, that does not look like it was.
Oh man, your technique, all wrong. But today, your lucky day. This man, undefeated. 17 districts, nobody come close. Best player, step out. Shonen. The Rattit has spoken. No backing out now.
Okay.
You got this. She's just an old lady. You can beat her.
You want a piece of this?
"17 districts. Focus. You are a champion. Please."
哎呀！
We went easy, out of respect.